Welcome to Mastering PSLE Maths with Tutiply.
Okay, so for this question, the number of boys and girls in the hall were in the ratio 2:5. So then after 11 boys entered the hall, and then half the number of girls left the hall, right? The ratio of the number of boys to girls became 1:1. Then how many children were there in the hall at first? Okay, so we know that before, right? So we have boys to girls is 2:5. Okay, then I have after. Boys to girls is 1:1. Okay, then we see that. Why did it change? So 11 boys entered the hall, then we have half the number of girls left the hall. So if you look at it this way, at first the girls have 5 parts, right? For their ratio, so it's 5 parts. So if half of it, right, it'll be 2.5, right? But we don't want to deal with fractions, so a decimal. So let's convert it into let's times 2 to both sides, so we can divide by 2 with a whole, so we get a whole number after dividing by 2. So we times 2 first, so we get 4:10. Okay, so we just times 2 to both sides. Times 2 times 2. Okay, so now girls, right? Okay, so now before boys to girls is 4:10. So half the girls left, right? Means afterwards girls should have 5 parts, right? Because 10. Oops, sorry. Okay, because 10, right? 10. At first girls have 10 parts. So half of them left. So it means I should be left with 5 parts. So this should be 5 in the after section. So if this comes 5, means I times 5 here, right? For the girls. Means I also must times 5 to the boys. We must make it equal. So this also becomes 5. So I get 5:5. Okay. So afterwards, then you can see that previously the boys, we have 4 parts. Correct. Then afterwards the boys become 5 parts. So means, what does that mean? Means 1 part, right, equals to 11 boys, right? Because 11 boys entered the hall. That's why the boys increased from 4 parts to 5 parts. So 1 part equals to 11 boys. Okay, we can make it clearer. Okay, so 5 minus 4 equals to 1. Then 1 part equals to 11 boys. Okay, then now they want to find total number of children in the hall. Means total number of boys and girls at first. Okay, at first. So how many parts would there be? There will be 14 parts, right? Because, so 4 plus 10. This one, 4 plus 10. Give me 14. So 14 parts equals to 11 times 14. So this gives me 154. So the answer is 154.